Remember that Pollo Loco inspired recipe we did on the grill? It was a total success. So today I want to show you how to do it in the oven. Roasted in a skillet, beautiful color, same flavor. The only thing is you're not gonna get that smokiness from the grill, but you know what? It is not a deal breaker because it is just so good and it looks astonishing. Let's get started with the marinade. It consists of citrusy, slightly sweet flavors, starting with some oranges, and I'm gonna squeeze it fresh. If you can find orange juice with no added sugar, go for it. And I'm gonna need half a cup. It goes into the blender. And let's also measure out half a cup of pineapple juice. This is an addition. I didn't add it on the last recipe because I tried doing the actual pineapple and I didn't like the consistency. So make sure you do pineapple juice, no sugar added, and this one has no pulp. When it comes to the citrus flavor, lastly, we need some lime juice. I'm only using a quarter cup. Thankfully, we've got juicy limes this time of year. I'm thinking about planting a lime tree in our backyard, but I don't know if it would actually work here in Georgia. Did I get lime juice on your camera lens, Nelson? I saw him checking for it. Okay, now do 5 garlic cloves, 1 teaspoon of whole black peppercorns, and now we're gonna blend it until smooth. Now in a medium bowl, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of ground ancho chile, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander. Oh yeah, you're gonna need 1 teaspoon of ground cumin as well, 2 teaspoons of ground onion, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric. This is gonna give us a beautiful color. 1 teaspoon of Mexican dry oregano, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. Follow it by adding that blended mix. Ooh, I got it. Oh my goodness, it looks gorgeous and it smells so good because those spices are just incredible. They go beautifully together. Finally, to finish this off, obviously make sure everything is well blended, but I'm going to add a quarter cup of avocado oil. You could also do like a smooth cooking olive oil. Make sure it gets well incorporated as well. I think on the last video, somebody asked why I didn't blend the oil with the juices, and that's because I didn't want it to emulsify everything. It should kind of look like a vinaigrette, you know? It shouldn't be like super creamy. This is done. Let's set it aside. Now let's work on that chicken. And it can be anywhere from 4 to 5 pounds. I've checked for feathers, remove any additional ones, trim any excess fat, and also let's remove those giblets. This one only has a neck, so I'm gonna save it. I'm actually pretty excited because guess what? That means I'm gonna make chicken stock in the near future. All right, I'm gonna flip the bird so that the bag is facing me. Let me see, let me remove this from the neck. And all I'm gonna do is cut along the side of the backbone, starting at the tail, going all the way up to the neck. And I'm using a pair of kitchen scissors. Same thing on the other side. Alrighty, we've got it out. This is also gonna get used for some chicken stock. Ooh, check this out. I've got a big chunk of fat inside. You can now identify a piece of cartilage in between the breast. I'm just gonna make a cut. Flip the bird and gently press. And then once it cracks, it's gonna lay flat and you've spatchcocked your chicken. I'm gonna marinate this chicken in a 2.5 gallon Ziploc bag. It is great because you can maneuver it, move it around. You can also use a glass container. Just make sure that it is non-reactive because of all of those citrus ingredients. And I'm gonna place the bird breast side down, and I'll let you know why in a minute. Marinade goes in. I'm just gonna give it a quick whisk. And since naturally most of that marinade is gonna sink to the bottom, that's why I like to do the breast side down. I'm gonna remove as much of that air from the bag, zip it closed. And we are gonna move it around to make sure that chicken gets well coated. Okie dokie. I'm just gonna place it in a container. Allow it to marinate for 24 hours in the refrigerator, and then we'll be ready to cook it. Preheat your oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. Place a 12-inch cast iron skillet to preheat with the oven. And now we can get started on that chicken. I marinated one yesterday, so we are good to go. I'm just gonna remove it from the bag, lay it bread side up. Let's do a few finishing touches that are just going to enhance the overall flavor. Do a drizzle of avocado oil first. And here I have a mix of half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, half a teaspoon of ground onion, and half a teaspoon of ground garlic with a teaspoon of kosher salt. Just get that well mixed in. Evenly sprinkle it on top. I'm going to reserve a little bit for the back of the chicken, but for now, let's just pat it, get under those wings.
Get the deodorant under the armpits.
Nelson just said the deodorant. Let's do some freshly ground black pepper. As last tip of preparation, tuck those wings. All right, we reached the temperature. Let's pull that skillet out carefully because it is hot, hot, hot. Then quickly drop the temperature to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Transfer the chicken into the skillet, breast side down. Drizzle the remainder of the seasoning. Let's not forget some delicious black pepper. And a drizzle of oil. Once the oven reaches 425, cook it for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how brown you want that breast side. Okay, let's flip it. Trying to be careful with the skin. Oh my, take that out. Let me quickly check the temperature. It should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit in the deepest part of the breast. 130, we got a little bit of time to go. I'm going to place a piece of aluminum foil where I don't want it to keep browning. Just gonna be the breast, the wings, and I wanna get a little more color on those legs. Place it back in the oven. We're just gonna let it fully cook. It is a beauty. Let me check that temperature. We should be good to go.
Gorgeous.
That turmeric does a wonderful job just adding a beautiful color. All right, I'm gonna transfer this chicken very carefully because that skillet is pretty hot, so you don't want it to continue cooking the chicken. And right now, we're just gonna let it rest for 15 minutes. That way, when we cut into it, those juices don't run out and we have a really juicy piece of chicken. All that's left to do is carve into it and see how juicy it is. Feel free to pair it with pico de gallo, salsa macha, Mexican rice, refried beans, salad, or corn tortillas. You know the works. Just know all the recipes will be linked in the description area. You got the oyster. Nelson, can you please explain that to us, the oyster?
That's an interesting take. I didn't even know there was an oyster in the chicken. Rossana taught me that.
For today, we're simply gonna have tacos, some pico de gallo, and I omit the pepper on the pico because I've got a salsa macha and this has plenty of heat. It is a really spicy
Wow,
salsa.
this is so good.
I know, you guys. I don't know what to tell you. It's just
Pure talent.
my goodness. No, I get it. This is really, really good.
Wow.
It's just so good. You have got to try this. You don't even have to go outside to make it. Look at me. We just made it in the oven and it's so easy.
Yep.
Now, when I first imagined this chicken in the oven, I was like, it's gotta have that iconic browning on top. It just has flavor all around. It really does benefit from that 24-hour marinating time. And look, here's the thing. You have got to cook the chicken to the correct temperature so that it's safe for you to eat, of course.
And the skin is so crispy.
And so that it doesn't dry out. You still have a really, yes, a really juicy chicken. That salsa is really hitting the spot.
It's juicy. It's flavorful. It's got a little bit of crunch on the skin in some areas.
The full printable recipe is going to be available on cocina.com. Another way you can support us is by rating those recipes 5 stars, you guys. It helps a ton. We're going to keep eating. We're going to keep talking. So make sure you head over and watch our podcast, which is typically posted after midweek after this video. So just keep an eye out. We're going to talk a little more about this dish. Bye, everyone.